obviously. And it's the stretch of road that doesn't have any scenery, doesn't really make you think. You're just kind of like when you're driving it. And I know I've come to realize some really quick and easy tips that help me when I'm road tripping, either by myself or with people. Usually I prefer driving by myself, but that's just because I like being by myself sometimes. But for road tripping, for me personally, I have to eat on the road. I can't sit and eat if I'm going somewhere and it's going to be like a long trip. I have to be eating while I'm driving. And I have to eat light. If I eat heavy, I'm going to feel sick and uncomfortable the rest of the ride. So I don't eat a lot when I'm driving. And then another one is to listen to books while I drive, because it actually gets your brain thinking versus just listening to music or singing along. And yeah, sure, that's fine and dandy, and I do that too. But to keep your mind active, even though your mind is working while you're driving, because you're not necessarily doing a lot of physical activity, but because you're so focused on one thing for so long, you do feel tired after you drive. So to keep yourself from falling into that slumber or getting fatigued while you're driving, listen to a book and make it an interesting book, because if you're not going to pay attention and it's one thing you can get distracted easily with, then don't choose it. But the book that I'm listening to now is called Sea of Shadows, and it's supposedly a young adult fantasy, and I'm listening to this and I'm like, no, it's not. It's so much gorier than I would have perceived it to be as a young adult's video, or audiobook. I don't know. But I highly, that's just what I wanted to share, is that when you're driving and you have a long road trip, and if you're by yourself or not, or with someone, and if you find yourself getting fatigued, make the conscious decision the next time you're going to go on a road trip to bring a book with you and just listen to the book. I mean, if you have someone with you, conversation is easy, then by all means have a conversation. But if you're going to find something to keep your mind active, even though you're using it, but actually keep the thought process going rather than just being like a drone and driving everywhere and staying in one lane and yada yada yada, get a book. And I highly recommend it. I mean, whatever genre you like, definitely choose that. And with all the library technology that we have now, it's really easy to find an audiobook, because that's what I'm using right now, is my library card for back home, and just looking on audiobooks that they have on their e-library resource. And it's free, it's super easy, and yeah, I mean, check out your libraries. Totally, I am all about public library systems. Seriously, I still need to get a library card from Missoula, but since I haven't done a video in a while, I thought I would do it now. I mean, I definitely do vlogs. That's certainly what I do. I'm going to try and do some makeup videos, but I'm not wearing any makeup today. And I don't know, if I do a makeup video, I have to have the camera in front of me versus to the side, which is what I've done in the past. But so anyways, here are some things that are whatever that's going on in my life. So the finals are over. Finals were this past week. Today is Saturday, and I don't know, I actually feel pretty good about all the finals that I took. I took my calculus final on Monday, and I took a history of rock and roll final that same day. So I had a final for the first 3 days of the week, so Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and I actually feel pretty comfortable on all of those. I know for a fact that I'm probably not going to get the GPA that I wish to have, because just things that happened this semester really impacted my life in a huge way, and I wasn't able to really focus on school. But I'm pretty proud of how I was able to prepare for the finals this week. And because I have to have a certain GPA to keep the scholarship that I have. And what's nice about the WUI, because that's what I have, is you get on probation if you don't reach the GPA one semester. And if you don't reach the GPA that semester that you're on probation, then you lose it. But this will be the first time I'm on probation, and I'm pretty sure that I'll have a better outlook and a better study style next semester and be more prepared, and I honestly feel that way. And then for winter break, like I mentioned in previous videos, I am staying in a trailer for most of it, and then I'm pretty sure I want to go back 2 weeks before school, because I love love Missoula, and I'm also contemplating moving there over the summer because I only have a couple years left, but who knows, I might just move there and live there or whatever. I mean, I love Missoula. I'm starting to love it more now, specifically since I found the church group, and I don't know, I'm finding a lot of things just easier when I find a system that works for me personally. And another thing with the road trips is my family's very, very, very good at taking really long road trips, and I don't like that. I mean, I'm able to drive, say, 11 hours by myself or 9 hours by myself and get there and be fine, but I'm super exhausted afterward. And when you're traveling to your family, specifically, they want you to be all active and be like, hey, how you doing? Like, what's going on? And all you really want to do is sleep. So this go around, because it's winter break, I decided to do a 2-part trip. And so the first part was driving over the 2 passes. So like, it was the more extensive of the 2 parts. It's the shorter of the 2, but it's the more like you have to be physically aware, you have to be mentally aware, you got to make sure what you're doing is correct and stuff like that. Because I'm going over the Rockies, and I was able to spend the night and ask my best friend who has been my friend since freshman year of high school, excuse me. And I was able to stay in her house in Cheney, Washington, which is not necessarily halfway between my house and school, but it's a good place to stop. So I was able to do that, and we watched Divergent, and that was the first time I watched that movie last night, and I'm really wanting to watch it again because I really liked it. And I was just, I love connecting with her. It was such a fantastic thing to do, and I'm sorry for the light, but I can't really do much about that. And just getting to see her again is definitely something I want to do again, is like, hey, can I spend the night? Like, I'm traveling up or back or whatever. Just making more time to see her, because her life is moving in a different direction than mine is, because she's finished with school, she's starting to work as a teacher, she's married. Like, she's starting to get into that life, and I'm nowhere near that. But the friendship that she and I share is very much that, where she can choose her life and I can do my life, and we can still be cohesive friends together even though we're not seeing each other all the time, which is wonderful. And so I was really happy to see her. I'll probably may or may not ask her on my way back to school if I can stay at her house again, because the second leg of the trip is 6 hours long. And I've done it before, but it's like, because this is what I look at when I'm doing this particular leg of the trip. It is just barren. I mean, it's all farmland for like wheat and grass and stuff, but if you're looking at this for an hour, you get really bored. And so I wanted to share, because this is also the easiest drive of the trip. So I was also like, oh, okay, I can make a video and tell everybody what I think. But yeah, that's my spiel. That's what I wanted to say. This is going to be my video for probably this week. And I don't know. There's Kitty. Oh, I also want to mention that this cat is so phenomenal. I can't even begin to describe. So I asked Becky, that's my friend that I stayed the night at, if I could bring my cat. And she was like, well, let me talk to the landlord. And it was okay, as long as, like, it was a kind of like, well, if you don't tell, I won't tell type scenario. And I've known Amber to be just like super chill and great in new places. And Rebecca and her husband Tyree were both like, wow, this cat is awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So I just, I cannot thank my parents. I cannot thank the situation. Like, with everything that happened to me this semester and the past 2 years, has been a huge silver lining. Like, I've been able to find God, I've been able to find my friends at school, and I've been able to have this wonderful companion into my life. So I just wanted to tell everyone that I am happy. I'm on my way home for about a month, and if and when I text you and be like, hey, what are you doing? Try and contact me, or say back, or say hi back, like whatever. But I'm definitely gonna try and be busy. I don't know if I'm gonna have a job or not, but I mean, everything will work out eventually. So I'll find either a volunteer or a job. But that's my spiel, that's my life at the moment, and I want to share it. So thank you for watching. You can subscribe if you want to, but I totally understand if you don't. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.